on Radio Tunis International. Hayet Toukabri in the studio and Faisal Hilali on audio engineering. Today we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone Fedele Spadafora, who is an artist painter who has spent much of his time in Tunisia, and he is here today to talk to us about his work as an artist painter, about an exhibition entitled Carthage, and about the latest exhibition, which is entitled Reflections, which is being held right now. It started on the 14th of September and will go on until the 28th at Dar Sebastien, which is the cultural center in Hammamet. Hello, Fedele.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So, first of all, Fedele, just a little background to our listeners. What brought you to Tunisia and what keeps you coming back?
I'm married with a Tunisian woman. My wife is Ida.
All
Ida
right.
Ben Hamouda. And so we're married.
Okay.
And since then, we've been coming to visit family, and I love it here. So I've taken it as my second home.
Right.
And I enjoy all my time here. In the beginning, we were spending our time in Tunis, but then I discovered Hammamet, and then I really fell in love in Hammamet. This is, for me, the best place on earth.
Right. How long have you been coming back?
We try to come back at least once a year, and we'll stay for anywhere from a few weeks to a month.
Right.
And lately it's been in the summertime, and now it's been almost exclusively Hammamet, but we do go to Tunis from time to time.
Okay. All right. So your first, maybe not the first exhibit, but your work mainly is between New York and Germany. And the exhibit that you held about Carthage, that was the first one in New York. And then this exhibition, which is the first, I guess, in Tunisia, is entitled Reflections. Can you tell us a little bit about Carthage, first of all, the first exhibit? What is it? Why have you named it Carthage? Is it about Carthage? Is it about Tunis? What is it exactly?
Well, I had a piece in the in that show that was a painting of a bus, in Tunis.
All right.
And it had the word Carthage on the side of the bus. So it sort of was an easy way to name the show because it was named after one of the paintings in the show. But of course, it does also have a lot of meaning. The word, the place, the history,
right.
And so probably the main reason is that I took the name of the show after a title of one of the paintings. But in that show was all work that was on the subject of Tunisia. So there were portraits, there were some still lifes, there was some landscape work, and it was work that I had done over the years. So it was not really a commercial gallery. It was at a university. It was at Iona University in New York, and they have a gallery there. So I made a proposal for this show because I wanted to put 10 years of work into one exhibition. So some of the pieces I did on my first visit in 2011, I believe, and then other pieces were done in 2024. So it was a bit of a retrospective concept of work I had done over the years on the subject of Tunisia.
Right. Have your perceptions of Tunisia changed over time through your visits?
I think it has a bit. I mean, I know that there has been a lot of changes here since the revolution, and the first time I was here was right after the revolution, and there was kind of a euphoria. It was right before the first elections, and people were very excited, and there was a lot of optimism, and seemed to be a lot of people involved and engaged by politics, and it was really nice to see that revolutionary euphoria
Right.
that people have when like a lot of possibilities exist. And I will say that I really don't spend a lot of time here, enough time to really know a lot about the society. I just know a lot about my family and the people around my family and my friends here. And what I observe as an outsider, sort of as a stranger, kind of the things that I'm not used to seeing, perhaps. But I guess my relationship with Tunisia and Tunisian people specifically, because everyone's always been very, very nice to me and very kind to me, and it's a wonderful place. But I think things sort of changed when I began driving here, and then people started being a little bit more mean towards me. So I would get yelled at a lot, and people honk their horns at me. I'm a slow driver. So I'm used to driving in Michigan.
That's a kind of cultural shock that you had then.
That's a total shock, and then people start honking their horns, and my wife won't even translate the names that people call me.
Right. So that was your introduction. Reflections. I mean, this exhibition that is being held now at Darcy Bastien, what aspects of Tunisia, like landscape, people, architecture, have most influenced your art? And what are the reflections about?
The show has a lot of portraits in it. The word reflections, I guess, is sort of like, kind of to say that, I'm sort of
maturing.
If as a painter, I would sort of be kind of a mirror to what I see, and so I kind of would interpret a portrait or interpret a landscape and then reflect it back. Is kind of like sort of the idea of using that word.
Is a perception.
Perception of my version of Tunisia, how I would see it as an outsider because I'm not Tunisian,
right?
But I spend a lot of time here, and there's also a long tradition of painters from outside of Tunisia coming to Tunisia, and some specifically coming to Hammamet and painting here. So there is. I'm not the first artist to come
That's
to
right.
Tunisia and paint their personal interpretation of what they see.
Is there a way for you to navigate the cultural differences between the U.S. and Tunisia in your work?
Well, I'm southern. My family is from southern Italy, as you probably might have guessed. My name is not typical American. It's a southern Italian name from Calabria. My parents grew up in Calabria, so I grew up very much in that kind of a tradition. My grandparents spent their most parts of their lives in Calabria. So it's kind of similar, southern Italy and North Africa, especially Tunisia, Sicily, Calabria. There's some cultural similarities.
Cultural similarities, that's right, yes.
So some things were very easy for me to navigate because of my background. And also being an immigrant, having an immigrant experience in America, I never really feel like 100% American. So I'm very comfortable being in other places. So for me, I guess my personality is always interested in other places.
Right.
So being in Tunisia never really felt like difficult. It was very natural to be here, and as far as customs and the way the society works, the way family works, is very similar to my family.
You mentioned places. So are there any particular places in Tunisia that you feel especially connected to or inspired by?
I would say Hammamet. and I would say now, after this experience of working at the Cultural Center, I'll have to say the Hammamet Cultural Center and Dar Sebastian, that place is just, from what you were asking about, a place of inspiration. my answer is Dar Sebastian,
Right.
and just the grounds on the cultural center, because I'm doing an art residency there.
A residency,
right
that's
now.
right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm allowed to spend all my time there and paint on the grounds, and they provide me a place to stay and a studio. And I've also been painting in Dar Sebastian, and the history of the place is just
Behind that,
overwhelming.
yes.
And all the great artists and writers and poets.
Right,
The list
right.
is really amazing. Just Ernest Hemingway was there.
Right.
Scott Fitzgerald was there. Winston Churchill was there. Paul Klee was there. Jean Cocteau was there. And the list goes on and on and on. Paul McCartney from the Beatles was there.
Right,
and
right.
he wrote a song there. That's
So
on
many
the
great
album
names.
Help.
That's right.
So that in itself, just the feeling of being in the place where all these different great artists were hosted as well is very significant, and it's just absolutely beautiful place.
Right.
To
So
walk around and to paint, and also the most important thing is the light there.
Right, I was going to ask you about that. How does the light, the color, or the texture of Tunisia influence your palette or brushwork?
Well, the first thing I would say is that the light is very different from the light in my studio in New York. I can see everything in this light. I mean, it's unbelievable how much more I see on the canvas in this light as opposed to New York, where the light is just different. It's a different quality. I don't know how else to describe it. The light here is just something else. And then just the surroundings and the way the light works on the landscape and the sights, the colors, it all just opens up my eyes in a completely different kind of way. Paul Klee said that he understood color after painting in Tunisia.
In Tunisia, that's right. Yes.
And and so I think it does have an effect. I'm not exactly sure how to describe the effect, but the paintings I do here are definitely lighter. They have a different quality to them. The colors are different, and then the way I'm also working on some paintings that will be in my next exhibition, which will be in Frankfurt at Gallery Leuenroth on March 16th. I'm working on a few paintings for that show, and it's a different content. The paintings are not of Tunisia, but even those take a different kind of quality to them when I paint them here, as opposed to the ones that I've been working on that I painted in New York. So there's kind of a difference between the paintings I do in New York and the paintings I do here.
So you do I understand that you paint on location, or do you work from like sketches and photos in your studio?
It really depends. Like I do a combination of things. I do work from life a lot. So I'm doing still lifes and some landscapes. Here I'm doing a lot of things from direct observation. I do work with photographs as well, and but then I have also sometimes the privilege of having a very good model, and I think Saturday I'm going to have someone sit for me, and I'm sort of planning that out. And when I do a portrait from a live model, it would be to do the finished painting. I might do a painting of the head only. I might kind of sketch out how I want the painting to work, and then I might just do a study of the head as finished as possible, and then I can use that later on to work on the head on the finished painting. Or I can do some things from life, like the hands in person, because if the model can't stay for a long time, then you can use somebody else's hands, but you have to have a pretty good idea of the head.
Right.
And so sometimes I just do a more finished sketch and then apply that to the painting. And I try to work less and less with photos and more and more from life. And that's how I was taught to paint from my teacher and mentor. His name was Nelson Shanks. I studied with him in New York for many years, and he worked completely from life.
Right.
And that's sort of the way he sort of taught me how to do that kind of method.
So this exhibition, Reflections, the works exhibited in it, do you feel more comfortable painting landscapes, still life portraits? Give us maybe a quick guided tour of this exhibition. What is it about?
The first room is portraits.
Okay.
It's large-scale portraits.
So portraits that you have gathered here in Tunisia, that you have painted from Tunisian, let's say, models?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So the first room is Tunisian
portraits.
Faces.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And then when you get into the next room, it's a mixture of still life and landscape, and also portraits.
Okay.
And I don't know how else to describe what else to say. I like all those kinds of paintings. It's I don't think there's any one that I think I'm any more happy painting than any other. It just depends really on the subject. If I have a subject that I really feel engaged by. And then also sometimes, it's just sometimes like a small painting will just work really well, and it's a still life or it's a portrait, and it's just like sudden. I don't know how to describe how to really describe it, but I do like to paint those three things.
All right. Do you ever worry about the way Tunisian people perceive your interpretation of their culture?
I don't, because I'm not really trying to say anything about the culture. Really, my work doesn't have that kind of commentary, or I think that. I'm not sure. I really don't know how to answer that question. I'm not really worried about it, so to speak. But I just would hope that they would take the time to look,
take it as it is,
and take it as it is. Because
right.
people have been interpreting. I don't think I'm like an Orientalist painter that's painting like some sort of fantasy.
I think with art as well, in general, appreciation is the law, really, and pleasure for the eye is the law as well.
So I just encourage whoever wants to come to Dar Sebastian and come see for themselves. And then if I'm there, I will you could probably run into me. I'll be in the room with the skylight working on something, and if you want, you can speak with me and tell me. Tell me what you think. I'm very open, and I'll be happy to entertain any discussion. And so far, the people that have come through, that have seen the work, it's been very positive.
Wonderful.
Their feedback.
Wonderful. And, positive reactions then to the exhibit.
Good.
Right.
So far, so good.
Have you collaborated with any local Tunisian artists or artisans? Or do you intend to?
I'm open to everything.
Okay.
But I haven't so far.
Right. My last question, Fidel. How do you think your art would be different if you had never visited Tunisia?
Well, what we discussed about the light and the color, probably I would never have had that kind of experience to sort of influence the way I use color. And there would be just an entire section of my work would not exist, because there is like I do a lot of paintings, and a percentage of them, I don't know what percentage that is, are of this kind of Tunisian subject matter.
Right.
And also there's a a lot of my, I guess there was also a section of paintings that I've done of my wife that wouldn't exist either, because I guess you would have to take her away also. So her paintings would be gone too, so there would be two kind of bodies of work missing.
Right. Right. Well, so all the best of luck, Fidel. And just to remind us a little bit of the exhibit, the venue and the dates and the opening hours maybe for the exhibit?
It's open every day until, I believe, 6. And it's at Dar Sebastian at the Hammamet Cultural Center. And the show is there until the 28th of September.
Right.
Which is, I believe, a Sunday.
All right. So all the best of luck, and hope to see the exhibit maybe in Tunis some other time. Thank you so much, Fidel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.